everyone knows, unless you've been living under a rock, Russia has invaded Ukraine. This unprompted and unjust act of war has shocked the world. And while the rest of the world is trying to stay neutral to prevent from escalating it, countries are still attempting to fight back against Russia by whatever means they can, the main method being through sanctions. Economic sanctions are commercial and financial penalties applied by one or more countries against a targeted self-governing state, group, or individual. In this case, many of the sanctions are targeting Russia's most powerful businesses, leaders, and Putin himself. Many countries have frozen all assets Russia had in their foreign banks, keeping Russia from nearly $630 billion. The US, the EU, and UK have also banned people and businesses from dealings with the Russian central bank and has removed many Russian banks from the SWIFT messaging system, which enables the smooth transfer of money across borders. Not only are the governments showing their disapproval of this invasion, but individual companies across the globe are resisting too. Automobile businesses like Mercedes, Ford, General Motors, and Toyota have stopped importing cars. Energy distributors like Shell, BP, and Exxon have cut off much of Russia's imported energy. Entertainment companies like Netflix, Spotify, Disney, Apple, and Windows have all closed their relations with Russia. Even UPS and FedEx have stopped delivering to Russian territory. While small acts of defiance individually, the world is working together to create a mass destruction of Russia's economy, hopefully bringing a swift end to this conflict. Overall, the U.S. Bank expects the economic impact of sanctions on Russia's economy to be on par with the effects it experienced during the COVID-19 pandemic. The Russian ruble's worth is now at its lowest point in history, being barely valued at over half a cent. To put that into perspective, one single gem from the game Clash of Clans is worth nearly double a Russian ruble. But Russia, being the economic powerhouse it is, has a saving grace in their energy exports. The EU currently imports a quarter of its oil and 40% of its gas from Russia, which means that member countries are paying Russia hundreds of millions of dollars every day. Both the US and the EU are in talks of banning Russian oil imports, but due to the impact a ban would have, it has been difficult to put into effect. Right now, this is a war of attrition. Ukraine is fighting a defensive battle, and Russia's economy is collapsing. It is a race to see which party folds first, and the world is doing its part to keep Ukraine's independence. We can only hope that we don't look back and wonder what more we could have done.
As of March 8th, both the Florida House of Representatives and Senate passed the Florida House Bill 1557, also known as the Don't Say Gay Bill, which essentially prohibits classroom discussion about sexual orientation or gender identity. Because both the House and Senate have passed this bill, Florida Senator Ron DeSantis now has the final say. And given the fact that he's defended the bill, chances are it'll probably become a law, which would become effective as of July 1st, 2022. This bill would require schools not to teach students about gender or sexuality to kids kindergarten through 3rd grade or until they're a quote-unquote appropriate age. But there's nothing inappropriate about gender identity or sexuality. And in fact, this bill is a blatant attack on the LGBTQIA+ community, especially the youth. I mean, the bill is literally being given the nickname Don't Say Gay, which is completely off-putting and a deplorable name. This bill is incredibly dangerous for the LGBTQIA+ youth, not only in Florida, but also across the entire country. LGBTQIA students already face enough isolation, judgment, and hatred for being who they are. Words such as gay, faggot, so on are used as insults. This bill not only perpetuates stereotyping, but it also isolates, silences, and shames those students for telling their stories and asking for guidance. This bill makes school a place that should be a safe space for all students, an unsafe and unwelcoming place for queer students to be. Not only that, but this bill is a clear infringement of the First Amendment right to free speech, as well as just basic civil rights. Talking about your identity should not be considered inappropriate. Hearing queer experiences and learning queer history should not be made illegal because people are uncomfortable hearing about it. A person should be able to live in this country and love whoever they want without being silenced. A person should be able to live in this country and love whoever they want to without fear of harassment, being outed, or disowned. A person should be able to live in this country and love whoever they want without worrying about their right to be who they truly are being taken away. A person should be able to live in this country and love whoever they want to love. Period. This bill is disgusting, it's distasteful, and it's incredibly harmful to LGBTQIA+ students. Our government officials are supposed to be protecting our rights, no matter who we are, what we identify as, or who we love. Anyone who promotes legislation like this is hurting our country and the people in it. And the people who don't speak up against this bigotry or the people who promote this hatred are just as bad. They're just as much of a part of the problem. Anyone who promotes legislation like this are hurting this country and the people in it. And the people who don't speak up about this bigotry and the people who perpetuate this hate are just as guilty. It is absolutely disgusting that this is where we are as a country. We should be better than this.
When you hear the name Jalen Edwards, what do you think of? Massive biceps, blonde, fluffy, flowing hair, Barry White's voice trapped in his 17-year-old body. All of those things seem logical. But like Transformers, there's more than meets the eye when it comes to Jalen. This humble giant is a star on the gridiron, and now he's a record holder on the mat. This past weekend, Jalen wrestled 4 matches in the Maryland State Championship. He finished 3-1 and placed second in the 220-pound weight division. More importantly, he became one of 4 PAX wrestlers in school history to qualify for state finals. But don't take my word for it. We'll go to Jalen Edwards himself to tell us how it happened on that fateful day. So how did you prepare going to states?
I prepared myself just coming in with the right mentality, know I'm going to win, and listening to music.
All right, well, how did it feel getting second place in the state conference?
It felt good. I know there's more I could have done, but at least I got second, and that's what I'm proud of. I made top 3.
Right. So how does it feel knowing that you are the 4th person in our school history to make the state finals?
Feels good. I feel like I accomplished something that not a lot of other people could. So that's like, I guess, a bonus for me.
All right. What can we see of you next year, like your goals?
I'm definitely going to be working harder, running more, track, more wrestling, of course, doing a tournament this weekend, Mawa, and then just getting better all around for sports.
Jalen had a great season on the football field and in the squared circle. If he dedicates himself like he plans to, his senior season will be one for the history books.
St. Patrick's Day is coming up on March 17th, meaning it's time to pull out anything green, shamrock, or leprechaun theme. But why exactly are these elements important during this holiday? Well, I'm here to inform you of where these traditions came from and why they are part of our celebration today. Wearing green. A common tradition that the vast majority of people participate in for St. Patrick's Day is wearing green. Green is supposed to represent the Irish, although originally it was blue. Green became associated with the Irish in the 19th century when immigrants came to America looking for jobs during the Great Famine, where people wore green and carried Irish and American flags to demonstrate pride for their country. Green was then largely associated with the Irish and has become our way to demonstrate festive involvement and pride for Ireland. Pinching. In old Irish folklore, it's said that wearing green keeps leprechauns from seeing and wreaking havoc on you. So the pinching became a warning sign for anyone not participating to protect others from leprechaun lore. Leprechauns. Leprechauns are popular Irish folklore originating as far back as the 8th century that are technically categorized as deviant fairies who live underground and avoid humans. The story goes that if you manage to catch a leprechaun, he will bargain with you 3 wishes as long as you set him free. This mythical creature is widespread and deeply engraved in Irish culture, that we have adopted this as a symbol for Ireland and of course primarily for St. Patrick's Day. Rainbows and gold. According to legend, leprechauns found the abandoned gold from Vikings in 795 AD and buried it again so no human could ever find it. If you follow the end of the rainbow, it's supposed to lead you to that gold. 4-leaf clovers and shamrocks. The 4 leaves on a clover are supposed to represent hope, faith, love, and luck. It's often said that Ireland is home to more 4-leaf clovers than any other place, giving meaning to the phrase, the luck of the Irish. Also, in the early days of Ireland, people believed that when they carried a shamrock, then they could see evil spirits coming and have a chance to escape in time. For us, we've adopted it to represent Ireland and good luck in general. So that is some of the history behind some of the most popular traditions in celebration of St. Patrick's Day. Now when it's time to be festive on March 17th, you understand the background story on why we do what we do.
Do you know Zane King? You may not, but you will remember it after you see his amazing cartoon art. Zane King has been a fan of cartoon art since middle school. He is now a senior. Fun facts. He has completed 8 projects within a 2-year time period. He uses a software called Clip Studio. Zane also wants to get better at using filters and other tools. To make his cartoons stand out, he shades them. Lastly, he wants to pursue being a cartoonist as a career. He says he feels worthy enough to have his cartoons and shows. So let's go interview him. How does creating cartoons make you feel?
It makes me feel good. It's created an influence on me throughout the last couple years, in which it has built upon my interest and my future plans for what I want to do after high school.
How do you get your cartoon ideas?
They actually, like I said, are from influence that relies on a couple of current cartoonists right now. One of them being a cartoonist named Wphs, the creator of Has Been Hotel, or in this case, Vivian Madrino, if I pronounced it correctly.
Next question is, if you could show your cartoon art to a cartoonist, who would it be?
I would say perhaps Nico Colaleo, one of my favorite cartoonists as well, who's also an animator.
To any rising cartoonists or artists, what tips would you give to them?
Filters, using the correct way of using filters, fading it up a little bit, adding some like shadings and whatnot, which I normally do with my artworks. And I would say adding some extra details to it. What I basically do is I add like line shadings, not like the actual like spray stuff, you know, for the Clip Studio editor that I use.
So the last question is, what are your plans after high school?
So I want to become an animator. As a cartoonist, I want to produce a couple of good cartoons out there. I want to run my own business called Kingfish. To all those who are wanting to know a little bit more about me, Kingfish is a business that I've been having in mind ever since the last 2 years. Kingfish will be a business for cartoons, filming, I'd say literature, etc. But in that focus, I want to choose cartoons as a big focus for the business. I even have some ideas, some journals about what I want to do for my future plans. That's that.
Thank you. That was the Student Spotlight on artist Zane King. If you see him around, make sure to compliment him on how great his artwork is and wish him a good luck on what the future may bring.
Am I what?
Try and hit the gritty for us.
Yeah, baby!
If you haven't heard of the gritty over the last few months, you must have been living under a rock. Originating in Louisiana, its popularity has been taking the world by storm.
So we asked the students at the Tucson High School to show us what their gritty looks like. Alright George, you look like you have happy feet. Like, come on man, what is that? I'll give you a 6'4".
Happy feet is definitely right. I'm going to give him a 6'7". All right, Josh, a little better. I like the skips with the feet. Big fan of the energy, but still not enough swag to it. So I'm gonna go 7'4".
All right, Josh, you know, pretty good arm movement. I like the skips, good energy. I'll go 7'2". All right, Cam, you got very high energy. You know, arms, they were moving. I'll give you a 7'6".
A lot of swag to that gritty. I was a big fan. Good arm movement. Like the sway back and forth. I'm gonna give it a 8'1". This is by far the best gritty so far. I've seen Robbie Weir. Love it so much. I give you a 9'2".
Rob, come on. You might have one of the best gritties in the school. For that, I gotta give you a 9'4". Alright, Garrett, come on. Did you not see the wall right there? Like, what is that? For that, I'm giving you a 6-1.
That was pretty brutal. I can't even lie. Gritty and ran into walls. Not really having a lot of rhythm, no energy. So I'm gonna give you a 5-2. Jackson. Ooh, you moving like the Grinch. That was terrible. I'm gonna go 2-6.
Come on, man. What was that? I know you got better. I gotta go 1-3.
Ooh.
Summer. I mean, moving really slow, but it wasn't too bad. Pretty good movement, so I'll give you a 6-3.
I didn't really see any swag to it. There wasn't a whole lot of movement, like side to side with the arms or anything like that. So I'm gonna go 5-3.
Alright, Jordan. I mean, looked like you had no confidence when you were doing it. So for that, gotta go 6-7.
I'm on the same boat as Caleb. Didn't really seem like a whole lot of confidence, and for that, we're gonna go 6-3. Tim Seipel, my boy, you're moving like Charlie Brown around the Christmas tree. I'm giving you a -5. That was awful. I never want to see that again.
Dude, come on. What were you doing? Like, did you think it was good? -2. After extensive research, we have found the 2 best grittiers in the school and created a gritty off.
Robbie Weir and Devin Jackson will go at it. Best 2 out of 3 to see who's the best grittier of Patuxent High School.
Devin Jackson, class 2024, social gritty.
Robbie Weir, class of 2024, playmaking grittier.
Alright, for round 1, I think they're both pretty basic, so I'm gonna have to go a tie between the 2.
I agree. I'm gonna go tie 2. Kind of just, we're just warming up, so, but nothing really stood out for either of them.
Alright, round 2, I'm going Rob. The cartwheel at the beginning just kind of did it for me.
Absolutely. Got creative with it. Loved it. Loved the cartwheel.
I have to go with D-Jack, just because backflip at the beginning did it all.
100%. Can't beat it.
Overall, between the 2, I think they're pretty even, pretty good grittiers.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think congratulations to the 2 of you. You've been crowned 2 best grittiers of Patuxent High School.
Even if you don't know Kate Taylor, chances are you've probably heard of some of her accomplishments on the varsity field hockey team or have read some of her work in the Pop Prince magazine. She's also part of the Teacher Academy program and has even begun to help create some of the costumes for our upcoming play. Let's meet with Kate now to learn more about what she's been up to. When did you start playing field hockey?
I started playing field hockey in 7th grade, but I didn't start playing my position that I am now until 8th grade.
So what position do you play?
I'm a goalie.
How far do you plan to take your field hockey?
I don't think I'm gonna go past my senior year, like playing for a school. It just really isn't in the books to play in college for me. I'll be in or if I get the program I want, I'll be in college for 5 years, and it's really intensive, and I don't get any breaks, and I don't want to add field hockey to that. But I'll probably end up playing a club.
So I'm your chief editor in newspaper. How long have you been taking newspaper?
I've been taking newspaper since my freshman year, and then last year I was the school and community editor, and then I got bumped up to chief editor this year.
So what had motivated to initially join this?
I needed a rigor credit, and I wanted to get that out of the way. my freshman year, just as soon as possible. Didn't think I was going to enjoy the class that much, but here we are. And it was, my friends were taking it, and Coach Sandusky is also the teacher of that class, so having someone that I already knew coming in as a freshman with literally no friends at this school, it was kind of easy to have someone to lean on.
Makes sense. What do you do in your position as chief editor?
Mainly I'm a writer, so I go in my little back room in my little hobbit hole and I write. But I'm pretty quick with that, so after I do that, I'll help with organizing the publication, helping kids write their articles, finish articles, come up with ideas for them, and then my role really gets big during Follies because I kind of take lead on posters. So all the posters you see with teachers' faces on them, those are all kind of my little children that I help create.
Sick. Also in the Teacher Academy. So again, how long have you been involved with that?
I knew I wanted to take that since my freshman year, but you can only take it sophomore through senior year. So as soon as I could sign up for that course, I did.
What do you do in the Teacher Academy?
So last year was teaching as a profession. That's the course I had to take, and we take that in conjunction with the juniors. And so we learned how basically the world of teaching works. We read a lot of news articles on teachers, policies, anything that would affect a teacher, we learn, and it kind of in turn affects us. And then this year's human growth and development, so we're learning about how children's brains develop, how we can make the best influence.
And finally, Kate, I know you work on, or have started to work on, costumes for the plays a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So can you tell me a little bit about what you do there?
Yeah, so I just started with that, though, last week, and I haven't been able to go this week. But it's really fun. The community with all of the people who do costumes are great, and I'm pretty close-knit with the theater kids. So just going into that group kind of felt like I had just been like missing out on something that I could have always been a part of. But it's really fun. Just another creative outlet where I'm not just like sitting in my room drawing by myself. I actually get to like interact with people. And it's really exciting to know that a lot of people are going to end up seeing my work and seeing the visions that we all have this spring.
Okay. Thank you so much for coming and telling us about yourself. Bye.
No good movies anymore, like especially since Spider-Man No Way Home came out.
Yeah, I know. It's like weird. Like it's like nobody, like everybody's made all the same movies. No.
Yeah. Oh wait, isn't that Elvis biopic coming out? I think it has that one guy from the Carrie Diaries in it, Austin Butler.
Wait, I'm sorry. Wasn't he like the hot blonde guy from the Carrie Diaries?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say hot per se, but he was the guy in the Carrie Diaries, yeah.
Oh wait, what about Doctor Strange: The Multiverse of Madness? Comes in out on my birthday.
Your birthday, right? When is your birthday? Your birthday? Yeah, right. Let me just.
You don't know my birthday, do you?
No, I do know your birthday. I just have to like double check because I'm really bad with
May 6th.
Yep, I knew it. That's the date I was thinking. I just didn't want to say to be wrong, you know. Oh wait, the new Lightyear movie is coming out. You know, the prequel to the Buzz Lightyear, like Toy Story, that era, and it has Chris Evans in it. And you know.
Done. Seeing it.
Have you even like seen the trailer yet?
You had me at Chris Evans.
Really, Savannah? Really?
Are you crazy? Like clinically insane? Like you don't like the hot guy from Carrie Diaries. You don't like Chris Evans. What is wrong with you? Oh yeah.
Did you forget, Savannah?
No! Oh my god, no! I would never forget that. Oh my god.
Oh wait, isn't there another Marvel movie coming out? It's like Thor: Love and Thunder or something.
Ooh,
July 8th. Yep.
Yeah. I'm so excited about that because I saw some leaked images and Chris Hemsworth.
You know, you need to go outside more.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you really do.
Yeah. Okay.
But like, what if I'm not feeling a movie? Like, what if I want to go see a concert or something?
Oh, wait, big time Russia's coming back.
Shut up! Shut up! You're lying! Oh my god, wait, who's opening?
Well, they're coming near us on June 23rd.
Oh my god, wait, no, that's crazy, but who's opening?
Not really important.
Savannah, who's opening?
Dixie D'Amelio. I'm sorry? Dixie D'Amelio?
One more time.
Dixie D'Amelio! Oh, I know. Why? Why? I don't know.
It's you know, the nosebleeds should be fine. The nosebleeds will be alright. It's okay if we come a little bit late. Oh, what about Tate McRae? She's coming March 27th.
Really? I'm like in love with her. No.
She's mine. You have Chris Evans, you have Chris Hemsworth, you have the hot guy from Carrie. She's mine.
I wasn't really. Okay, yeah, no, got it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, Elton's coming in September. Elton John.
I love Elton John. It's his final tour, but I love Elton John.
I love Elton.
Well, I think we have a lot to do this year.
We?
Well, not like we, but you know what? I'll text you. Yes. Totally. I will totally text you. Totally.
Good.